Brought to you by Penguin. Last Friend Alive by Caro Carver. Read by Lesley Sharp.
We'll begin with the Indian Ocean. Night has transformed its ultramarine waters to shades of bruise, a navy lick shimmering with the reflections of a billion dead things. Stars, in other words, for dead things can also be beautiful. Like the body in the water, bleeding into the reef. Even in death, he is beautiful, especially so. His black hair visited by yellow and silver fish, severed tissues billowing in the current, as though he's an oceanic element, a rare anemone. Everything is more graceful underwater. Even murder is a ballet. Night brings predators here. There won't be much left by morning. The human distinction of his corpse erased. Unsuspecting resort guests might take a kayak out, the fiberglass belly slicing over a dark secret. I relish the thought of that. The drama that lies in the possibility of discovery. It's a gift of sorts, a sudden treasure I can reward myself with again and again. All it takes is the flick of a knife. Part 1. Dover, England, 10th of September 2001. She's the last guest to check in. It's after midnight. The field trip starts at 6 in the morning. She'd planned to be in bed long before now to be fresh for their dig, to make Professor Berry proud. Everything went wrong tonight. First, she lost her student rail card, then the train was delayed, and then the taxi driver took her to a different Spinnaker House on the other side of the city. Absolute chaos. Spinnaker Guest House, the place she is actually booked into, is a detached Victorian house in the middle of nowhere, at the wrong end of an industrial estate. No corner shops nearby, very few street lights. Everything looks worse at night, she thinks, hefting her rucksack up the steps to the front door. Where's the bell? It's dark inside. She'll need to wake the owner, who'll probably give her shit for being so late. But no, the front door is ajar, and she spots a faint light from an interior door that leads to the small reception office. She pads quietly inside, relieved to see an older man at the desk, mid-50s, the age of her dad. "Sorry," she whispers, "the taxi took me to the wrong place." He smiles but doesn't say anything, pushing a clipboard across the desk. "This you?" he says. She looks over a list of names. Hers is the only one without a tick, and she nods, watching him place one against it. The man is standing in a weird pose, his right hand pushed down into a stiff jeans pocket, and the way he's smiling at her without saying anything, it's odd, like a kind of frozen grimace. "Can I have my room key?" she says finally. He turns, unhooks a key from a panel, and hands it to her. The tag states, "Room 3. "Thanks." She turns and heads back into the hallway and up the stairs to a dark landing lined with doors. Room 3 is the one closest to her, the brass number glinting in a wisp of light. The room is basic and smells of weed, but she doesn't care. The bed feels delicious when she falls onto it. She doesn't undress, doesn't set her alarm. She wakes with a jolt. What time is it? Her watch reads 6:15. She's stupid, so stupid for not setting her alarm, but lucky that she's managed to avoid sleeping in. Just. This trip has been circled on the flip calendar in her student bedsit since the last academic term. She washes her face, brushes her teeth. She rubs a roll-on deodorant under her arms, changes her socks and pants. Outside it's still dark, but she feels better for sleeping. Her stomach rumbles. Professor Berry said he'd take them to get coffee and croissant at a cafe by the site before they start.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?